Shalom, Israel. This is Isupk. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, under Commander General Yohana. He has been bringing you this troop since 1969. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans know that we are the true people of the Bible. You understand? That we are the true Israelites. You understand? Not none of the white devils that you see walking around with the white beanie, the black beanie on their head, wearing the all black, taking our nationality, our culture, you understand? Halfway taking our culture, you understand? Jewish man is not the true Jew, you understand? Well, and part of that, getting our religion, getting our nationality in our I guess they want we can't say too much because they want us, our nationality, they want our spot, but they don't want none of the curses. You understand? And one of the things that we need to bring out and destroy, you understand, is our people understanding who we are and getting some understanding. But that just goes to show you that, we living in hell. You understand? Like, we are at the bottom and the white man is at the top. You understand? And us understand, like those of us that really know who we are, you gotta understand that we're in hell. You understand? Like, I know the Christian church will tell you that hell is a place you go to when you be a bad guy. You go there and the devil is going to be there. It's a red dude, which is halfway right. You understand? A red dude is there. He's going to stick you with a pitchfork and torture you forever. You understand? Now we do deal with the red devil, but he's here on earth. You understand? He's right here with us. He's been here with us. He's enslaved us. You understand? He's been destroyed. But this is a wicked lie, and is really a bunch of fables that we believe in. And for some reason, we tend to subscribe to fun sounding fact or non-facts like this. You understand? That's why first I want to bring out 2 Peter verse 1 to 16. You understand? Like, we need to understand that we need to destroy these tall tales of things that the white man has created that gives us fear or that gives us hope. You understand? Like, the white man definitely gives us. He creates things because he don't have a God. You understand? Like, he doesn't have that power behind him, and he knows it. We do have that power behind us. We know exactly who we are, and we need to hold tight to that power that protects us. As long as we do right, that power is going to protect us. But we ain't doing right. You understand? Like, we definitely go off and do exactly what we want to do. And that's what keeps us down at the bottom. That's what keeps us in hell, in the deepest parts of hell. You understand? You got that, sir? 2 Peter what? 2 Peter verse 1. You start at verse 1. Salaki. That's right. Yeah. Go ahead. You start with Salaki.
2 Peter 1 verse 1. Simon Peter, a servant and an apostle.
Salaki. 16. What? Appreciate it.
2 Peter 1 and 16.
Right.
For we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
Go ahead. Throw that back for me. You go from the top.
2 Peter 1 and 16. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
You understand? Like, we need to stop. We need to stop following these fables that's created by man. You understand? That goes against the scriptures. You understand? That there's nothing in the scriptures that support it. Some dude putting you under the ground. You understand? Some power that's over top of the Most High, or that hates the Most High. That the Most High is going to send you to. He's going to send you to his enemy. You understand? Which makes absolutely no sense. He's gonna send you to the guy that he don't deal with. They hit his arch rival. He's waiting for souls to get down there so that he can actually do harm to you. You understand? We living here on earth already, going through it. You understand? We can definitely get into that. But if you can't, so let me get you can drop that. Let me get Matthew 6 and 10. You understand? Like we don't understand. This right here is actually one of the main prayers in the Christian church. Like I didn't know any prayers when I was actually going to church, but this one right here was one I can follow along with. You got that for yourself?
Cut. Matthew 6 and 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
You understand that? Like, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. When it says thy will be done, it's talking about the Most High. You understand? His will be done. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
In earth as it is in heaven.
In earth as it is in heaven. You understand? Like that's a structure that's being done in heaven. That the Most High wants done here on earth. You understand? Like in his dimension, there's a power that reigns supreme, and there's a ranking order and things that are to be done. And the Most High is letting us know right here, like that those things that he wants done will be done. It's like, did you finish that also?
Cut.
All right, now let you know that will be done in earth. You understand? Like, so this which is telling you that everything he wants done will be done on earth exactly the way that he wants it done. You understand? Exactly as it's being done in heaven as we speak. You understand? The Most High is a man of war. You understand? So and he has soldiers and there's rank and there's things that are to be done the way that he wants them. You understand? Like everything that he needs done, he's telling you to a T. You understand? When it came to Noah building the ark, he wanted it done to a T. You know what I mean? A sanctuary that he wanted. He told us specifically how he wanted it done. You understand? You give me you give me Revelations 5 and 10 stuff. Like in that sense that he's telling like there's gonna be no violence. There's gonna be no junkies. You understand? There's gonna be no homos. You understand? Like this is his will. His will is not to be for us to be living among, you know what I mean, dudes that can't get off of drugs. You understand? Like you're dependent on something. You don't have to live like that. You understand? The Most High is going to make sure that we don't have to deal with that. We don't have to live in that. You understand? You got that for yourself? To bring that up.
Revelation 5 and 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests.
You understand? That's the Most High giving us power. You understand? Like we're that power. The Israelite men. You know what I mean? Isupk. Like we're the ones that have that power. You understand? Like we're the only ones that's living, and we're the only ones living to where the Most High he wants to deal with. You know what I mean? A camp, like any camp that you see, they're not living like us. Like they don't live. You know what I mean? By the way the Bible speaks of. You understand? That's why we definitely put out all the time that we are not affiliated with any other group, any other Israelite group. You understand? Like this is we're the only ones that actually live by what we say. You understand? We're the ones in here. You know, we strive for perfection. You understand? Which is something that you would never be able to get in the Christian church. You understand? Like the Christian church will tell you. I've seen signs on the front of churches that actually say no perfect people allowed. You understand? Like you know, what I mean, they'll tell you, don't come in here thinking you're perfect. You understand? Like no, we're people that are working on each other. The thing is, you got people dying every day. I How long are you gonna be working on those people? Those people died and they're dead and gone. And you're still working on, people that you're still working on homosexuals. You understand? You're not telling them the truth. That they're the type of people that, you get a white man or a white woman, they'll welcome you. You understand? Not knowing that, Deuteronomy, the Most High tells us that they want us dealing with the other nations, these heathen people. You understand? Let me get, matter of fact, let me get, I got all the who I want to bring out. I want to talk about, because a lot of this whole hell process, thought process that we live by was actually it came about by a play called Dante's Inferno. You understand? And in this play, this guy pretty much it tells the story of him going through the seven stages of hell. You understand? Italian dude named Dante is a Lega Alighieri. Wow. Yes, this is a 14th century poem. You understand? Like now, it actually was a comedy. And the thing is, one of the things is when it gets down to the last level, it's actually cold. So I don't even know where they got the whole hot, the heat from. You understand? Like it's hot, it's hot as hell there in hell. You got
They look at when it's coming to Dante Inferno, they're looking at the heat as a source of torment and them trying to redeem themselves through going through fire, being temperament. Being actually fortified, trying to, get through these layers so that they can get peace. So the fire represents them going through certain levels of torment to actually find a place of peace.
But it's just weird because when it gets down to where the devil, I guess the devil is, like he's frozen in the water and he got his hands, hands up. It's like when you get down there to that part, he ice cold, he's frozen. You know what I mean? Like, just a bunch of philosophy, like this vain philosophy. It came from it was just a poem, like just like back then before movies were out. We had art that pretty much shaped the minds of what people thought. You understand? Like, and that's pretty much how it's got it. Like hell got its actual. It got a life. It became life. It became a way of life. People believed in it. Of course, the Roman Church got involved. So this is pretty much like they instituted that, and then everybody started to believe that what he said was right. Like that whatever they said was right. You understand? Let me get Revelations 21 and 2. You understand? Like it's the story, it's actually a good story. If it's a good read, you understand. But you want to be able to tell fiction from fact. That's the worst part. Like, and all people definitely don't know how to do that. Like I seen Us. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody was trying to build and try to understand, like, what is it talking about? What does he mean? Is he talking about, people in poverty and people in a high state? Like, what is he actually trying to build on and talk about? Like, we keep these artists we give them so much power and they become the leaders with their entertainment. And instead of us going to the men of the church, you understand? Like, they build off of certain points from the Bible, and they put into their entertainment, and then now we live off of those things, and that's what destroys us. You guys understand?
Most of the things how the the church describes something, is built off a man's philosophy and a way of installing fear into the masses. So the churches, the wicked churches out there can get what they want.
Right, exactly. And unfortunate that we actually become victims of that. You understand? Like that's the like that right there shows you our health. You understand? Like people looking for, you know what I mean, to die. We can't live for the day. We gotta die in order to get out of heaven. We gotta float in the sky with, you know what I mean, a bunch of white angels that look innocent with little wings and a little halo over their head. Like we live off of that narrative, and then now we're destroyed as a people, which is the stuff like pretty much is disgusting. You understand? Like if you want to find hell, all you gotta do is look around. All you gotta do is open your eyes. You understand? Like living in hell is having your brothers and sisters. You understand? Like our Hispanic brothers and sisters, their daughters, their children, their boys having to drink out of toilet water. You understand? Like that's hell right there. You understand? Like that right there is disgusting. Like that's what we live in. That right there is hell. Not having to die. Like what I mean, we got a just God. You understand? Like the Most High he's not unjust. That you know what I mean? Like we live. So you telling me that I gotta suffer in the ghetto. I gotta suffer in the projects. And then, you know what I mean, I gotta live around junkies. You know what I mean? I gotta see dudes no. I gotta have my kids walking around and seeing, you know what I mean, dudes wearing booty shorts. You know what I mean? And explain that to my kid. We gotta live that life and then die and gotta deal with some red dude with a pitchfork. You understand? Like, man, that's we already in hell. Like, that's the hell. We in hell because of our disobedience. Like, we rightfully in hell. Because we go out and speak every Saturday, every weekend. You understand? And we speak to our people and they ignore us. You understand? Like that's hell right there. To try to save a group of people that don't give a damn. You understand? Like that right there is hell, right in itself. You understand? You understand?
That's hard-headed, stiff-necked.
Come on. Definitely. We are stiff-necked people. You understand? And people think, and anybody that understands that scripture will take it as, oh, you know what I mean, it ain't my fault. You explain that to you know what I mean, a jig out here in the street, and they'll run with that. It ain't my fault. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm gonna get right with God, but I gotta get this money first. You understand? I'm gonna get right with God, but I got this chick, yo, she trying to go. I can't let that down. You understand? Like that's the type of life that we live by. You understand? People acting like it's not AIDS in the world. You understand? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like it's not other STDs in the world. It's not herpes. You know what I mean? Like we all live like whores. You understand? We all worshiping everything. You understand? Like that's what's disgusting about us. And we looking for some red dude to pretty much to certify that we in hell, to wake up. That's what you looking for? Like, nah, man, just open your eyes. Any way you look, you got brothers and sisters being killed on the streets by the police, not just by brothers, you know what I mean, which is already disgusting in itself. We got over 150 murders in Baltimore by itself. You understand? And climbing. I check my news feed every day. I go on Murder Inc. I look to see how many murders we had in Baltimore every day, and the numbers keep climbing. Like I lose goddamn count. Like we disgusting. Like we do whatever it is to get that down. You understand? Like we let our people fall on you know what I mean, just at the expense of us rising up and getting money. Like that's what's terrible. Like that right there is hell. You not the kid. For you to sell crack to a pregnant woman. You know what I mean? And her having to explain that to her kids. That no, we don't have this baby. Nah, I can't afford this. Because I gave my money to the dope dealer. You understand? I gave my money to the crack dealer. You understand? Like, no, mommy don't have the energy to do that. Because she's high. Off of weed. You understand? That's pretty much raping our people and their ambition to do anything. Nah, you know, I know we had plans, baby, but not today. You understand? You know, like that right there is hell in itself. For that to be your future. For you had to grow up with that memory and telling your kids, like, yeah, I remember when I was younger, we didn't really do too much. Not because we couldn't afford it, but because mom was giving, or dad was giving all the money to the, you know what I mean, to the drug dealers, to the hustlers on the block. Like that right there is hell, right there. For the, you know what I mean, for us to have to get money, like get stamps, get food stamps from the white man. We got to get everything that we need from the white man. You understand? Like in 1998, that's when bottled waters became big. That's when people started buying bottled waters. I remember being younger. I watched it was a movie with Ice Cube, and this dude said, somebody was, hey, he was trying to buy, somebody was trying to sell, it was a female, matter of fact, she was trying to sell herself to him. He said, man, there's two things I will never buy: water and females. Like that right there, like that's such a thing of the past. Because now we buying waters. Like we really out here buying waters. Like how do you live in a world where water is something that we're buying? Because the white man bottled up, made a business out of it, and now we gotta buy it. Now, if you want water, you gotta buy it from him. Because now he's selling us all kinds of stuff about, yeah, the faucet water not good. You need to get this, you need to get that. We don't know where to go at. You need to tell me that ain't hell. You understand? You can't afford it. Get to working too many hours at your job, and you're getting food stamps. And the white man goes straight, send that letter to your house. Yeah, we appreciate, you know what I mean, we glad that you got employment. You understand? We see that you worked 2 hours over. We're going to deduct that from your stamps. You understand? Like, that's disgusting right there. That's disgusting in itself. That right there is hell in itself. Damn, a red man with a pitchfork. I don't need to die to know I'm in goddamn hell. Like, come on, man. Go ahead, son. You got something?
Job 12:8.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Well, speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee." Meaning, the so-called white man, he pollutes the air, the water, he steals the land, he pollutes the land, or the animals. He's just a murderer of everything. And this is something that he do, that the Most High have always spoke to us about. Who is our tormentors, who is our oppressors, not only oppressing us, but the things on the land that we need to survive.
Right. In every other nation. Wow. So, like in every other nation, like, you know what I mean? Like they're that belt that the Most High is using to whoop us. You understand? Because we so disobedient. You understand? Like, you ever try to talk to a brother? You ever, you know what I mean? Any brother or sister that's in the truth, that's listening. You ever try to talk to your family members about just the dietary law? You understand how hard that is? Like that right there is hell in itself, to know that, you know, I grew up with these people. I love these people. Like, you know what I mean? I would put my life on the line for these people. But to know that they don't care enough about the Most High, so now you got to reconsider. Dang, do I really want to give my life to these people? Like, you know what I mean, for a heathen, a slot, for a Gentile, for people that don't care about the Most High. You know what I mean? Who I hold up as high. I mean, so high. Like that right there, that's heartbreaking in itself. That right there is hell. I can't buy into the whole hell theory. You understand? I can't live by that. I can't live like that. Feeling like, okay, there's the hell. If I want to be a good boy, I'm going to go to that hell. Nah, man. If you don't be a good boy right now, your hell is going to get worse. You understand? Like, we're already living in hell. Like, this is the hell. Look around at you, black man, Hispanic man. It's even worse because, like, our brothers and sisters getting put in cages. You understand? Like, you being put in cages and you can't even see your kids.
Right.
You understand? They talk about doing raids. You know what I mean, on our people. You understand? Over a million people, You understand? like, I've been trying to look it up to see if any. Did you see this anything on outcome?
Yeah, they say it's just a rumor right now that they want to do a whole lot of ISIS raids to our Hispanic brothers and sisters. But like Esau always do, he's cunning and he plans things. So it could be the calm before the storm.
Oh, so they didn't do it yesterday. That's what I saw. That's what happened yesterday.
Yeah, they didn't do it yet, but like I said, it's probably the calm before the storm.
Unless at least in Baltimore, any good enough.
Yeah, man, like, but that right there, that's hell right there in itself. To not understand, to not know that you can be taken away from your kid. Like, come on, man, we've been through slavery, and we still think the white man is something. Like, we still think that okay, it ain't that bad. We still thinking, you know what I mean? We still trying to be equal with the white man. You understand? We above them devils. You understand? Like we're the most important people on earth. You understand? If we were to be done with, there is no reason for the earth to be here. Anybody ever had a fish tank? You understand? You get a fish tank, you like, yeah, I want some piranha. Or I want something slick in there. You understand? If them piranhas die and you got other fish still in there, you don't even want the tank no more. You're like, I'm done with it. You can throw this thing away. Like, I'm done with it. Like, my purpose for spending the money on this tank is done with. You understand? That's how the Most High feels about it. You need to understand how important you are to the Most High.
Right.
You understand? Like, the world was made for us. Like, everything is for us. You understand? We the salt. We the Most High know you need season. You understand? Like, he know we the salt. White people got no salt. Ain't no other nation got no salt. You know what I mean? They ain't about that salt life. You understand? Like, where what is about? You understand? You give me you get Matthew 10:20, sir. For sure.
Matthew 10 and 20.
10:28. So, you understand? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we need to really get these Christianity fables about our head. You understand? Like, I remember the fable. My mother used to tell me that the devil used to be an angel. I used to believe it. Dang. Like, you know what I mean? Really had me believing that the devil went rogue on the Most High. You understand? He decided, I can't do this no more. I'm better than this. Nah. You take some angels with me. You understand?
Right.
You got that for me, sir?
Matthew 10 and 20.
Uh-huh.
For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit.
Salak, you said 28. 10 and 28.
Matthew 10 and 28, God.
Salak.
Exactly. God. Salak. Matthew 10 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
And fear not them which kill the body.
Fear not. Don't fear them. You understand? Don't fear no man that can kill your body. You understand? We got to understand that we Israelites. You understand? Like, we understand, like, you got to believe and understand with your whole heart that there is regeneration. You understand? Like, when you fighting for something as righteous as the Most High, you got to understand, like, that there's no, you can't have no fear in you. You understand? When you get, when the white man, any other heathen nation come up against you, know that there's a bigger purpose than your life. You understand? At stake. Understand that. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
Cut. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear hell, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
You understand that? Most High, yeah, he can destroy your soul. You understand? Damn a man that can kill your body. You can come back from that. You understand? The brothers and Maccabees understood that. You understand? Like, you gotta understand that. Like, do not fear any man. It's nothing a man can do to you. You understand? If you living right, you living by the Most High, you know, hey, your family is good. You understand? Like, understand that we're taking care of as long as we do our part. You understand? Like, that's what we gotta get understanding of. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to get that. You know, that if the Most High, if there's a place called hell, how the hell is the Most High? He destroy your body and your soul in hell. When you die, anybody know that when you die, you got a funeral here on earth. You understand? You got a funeral at the funeral home. Your body is still here. You understand? How your body and your soul is going to get destroyed in hell? You understand? You got some good, sir. Sir.
Is this how we're talking about condition played out on earth?
Come. You know, like every aspect of hell that's pretty much told in the Bible is a condition on earth. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't the Most High, unless you're gonna disappear, unless you want to believe in stuff like that, then you're gonna disappear. Like you're gonna destroy your body and your soul in hell, and then you feel like, all right, you just gonna vanish. Like no, you're already in hell. Whatever you're going through, whatever the addiction you got, whatever you lost, you understand? Job felt like he was in hell. David felt like he was in hell. You understand? Like the descriptions of hell that they gave, that's the condition that we live in. You understand? Like that is just a condition served out on earth. Not that you're going to die and then now you're going to have to deal with a bunch of hell. Like no, that's not factual. Like that's not what the Most High is talking about. You understand? Like it's hard because I know the Christian churches they beat it in your head with a lot of everything doesn't have like they don't have any facts to back it up. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst part. Like you can ask them, show me the Bible where hell, where we're gonna die and then go down. I've heard other Israelite groups talk about going down. Shit, before I was Isupk, I thought it was a hell. You understand? I used to tell my son, hey, you better get your act together, man. Most High, you gonna go to hell and you gonna get tortured all the time by the devil. You understand? We don't have it is not until I got into the Isupk that I got a better understanding on exactly who the devil was and his part that he plays in the army of the Most High. You understand? Like the devil, he's nothing but he's somebody that tempt us and show the Most High our weaknesses to know that we're not worthy. You understand? Matter of fact, if you can get me Job 1-6, we can bring that out. We can like that to give just a better understanding on what it is that the devil's job is. You understand? What it is that the devil does for the Most High. Like that's what we need to get. That's what we need to understand. You understand? You got it? You got it? Good.
Job 1-6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
Now we gotta understand that when we hear the sons of God, you know what I mean? Like a lot of it can definitely mean Israelites. You understand? You know what I mean? But at this point, we're talking about, you know what I mean, the angels that pretty much they coming together for a council. You understand? When they say they present themselves to the Most High. You understand? Like which is what we do in our ranking, doing our rankings when we talk to men above us. You understand? We present ourselves. We come up and speak in service, Sabbath service. We present thyself. You understand? That's what the angels are doing. Go ahead, sir.
And Satan came among them.
Now, Satan came among them. What the hell is he doing? You understand? If you're a Christian, what the hell is Satan doing there? You understand? You're like, hold up, I thought they was beefing. Like, why is he there? You understand? It makes no sense. You got something, sir?
Exactly. They talk about Satan is fighting against God and the war in heaven. They don't know what the hell that's talking about because why? They know not the precepts, know what the scriptures is actually talking about. When it's talking about a war of heaven, it's talking about the sons of the Most High being tormented, which are the Israelites.
Right, exactly. And then again, the worst part about them not understanding is that they spread that non-understanding to our brothers and sisters. You understand? And then we grew up under grandmothers, grandfathers, people, elders over top of us that tell us those stories that don't make no sense. And because it's being told, like we just pretty much follow tradition. You understand? Like it's been told to them, so it gotta be right. Grandma used to say that. It gotta be right. You understand? Miss Patty, she said that it gotta be right. That's who I go to, you know what I mean, everything I need to know, which is even worse. You going to a woman to find out what it is that you feel like is gonna get you close to the Most High. Go ahead, sir.
And the Lord said unto Satan, verse 7,
Mm-hmm.
Whence comest thou? Then
Mhm.
Satan answered and said,
Now this right here, this the Most High questioning the devil, questioning his enemy. Where you been at? You understand? Like, where you been at right now? Like, you know, man, I ain't necessarily been looking for you, but just because I can, I want to know where you been at. You understand? Who is that?
and it's showing you also that Satan had no authority, because why? He answering the Most High.
Right. Exactly. Who is that? You go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and walking up and down in it.
You understand? Now that right there would kill everything, because when I was young, I was taught that the devil only lived underground. You understand? Because he doing it on the earth. You understand? You understand? Like that right there, that's the cut right there. No, I always believed that he was the dude underground. When you die, you're gonna deal with him. You understand? Because he's underground, because he was a bad dude, and the Most High said, you know what? You've been too bad. I'm gonna put you underground. That's where you gonna dwell at. You're gonna take care of anybody else that I don't want. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
Verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job? That
And he pretty much this is the Lord. This is Yahweh action. Like, have you considered Job? You understand? Like that's my man right there. Like, have you considered him? You guys
I'm basically giving them order. Have you done what I told you?
Come. What's that? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that you supposed to be tempting these men that I speak highly of. Have you considered Job? Because, you know what I mean? Job, yeah, he up there. Like, he the one. Go ahead, sir.
That there is none like him in the earth,
Mm-hmm.
a perfect and upright man.
Hold up, sir. Now, you just said, can you read that part again? From,
That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man.
Perfect. You hear that? You hear that, Christians? A perfect man. You understand? A perfect and upright man. You understand? Like, that's what the Most High just said. That this man is perfect. Now, you know what I mean? Like I said, you can go to the Christian churches and they're going to tell you, you know what I'm saying? You can't be perfect. They're going to tell you that because they don't want to be perfect. Because they want to live in their life. They want to live the rest of their life in grace. You understand? They want to live in grace until they die. And then hopefully, like, they like to say things like, you know what I mean? Don't fear for me dying. Fear for somebody that don't know the Most High. You understand? Or matter of fact, they say who don't know Jesus. You understand? But that's what they praise you. You understand? Not understanding that, yeah, we follow Yahweh Shah. We follow Jesus. You understand? We don't worship him. That's where they got it all the way twisted up. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
One that feareth God and is sure of evil.
Mm-hmm. He is sure of evil. You hear that? That's pretty much he hates it. You understand? That's what we should be here in Isupk. Like, we should hate evil. You understand? Like, and the worst part, like, it's bad when you are sure of evil. When you hate it, when you despise evil, you can't have regular conversation with your friends no more. I got dudes that, you know, I grew up with. You understand? Like, we didn't been do it all together. But I can't have conversations with them. I can't fully indulge myself in a conversation with these brothers. Because they still want to tell me the stories about, you know, the wars that they got. You understand? About the things that they've been doing in the world to get money. Like, it stinks, because these my brothers. Like I said, I grew up with these men. Like, but the thing is, I can't stand. I can't stand to have a conversation with them right now. You understand? I lost a lot of friends. You know, me coming to the truth. But I gained a lot of brothers. You understand? I got brothers all over the world now. You understand? Passover was glorious, man. You understand? See all of them brothers. You understand? That's how I credit, man. Right. You understand? Like, you definitely, you gonna take some losses, but you gonna understand that you definitely gonna get some wins. You understand? The reward is definitely bigger than the losses that you gonna take. You understand? It's good, sir. Bible, sir.
Continue.
Come.
Then Satan answered, Job 1, verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Don't Job fear God for naught?
Pretty much saying like, look, do you really fear you for nothing? Like, like you gotta be. It's something you doing for him. Like, he don't just fear you for nothing. Ain't nobody perfect for nothing. That's what the Most High. I mean, that's what Satan is doing. Like, when you think about this, you know, man, my brother talking about, he put this in my head, that stay in my head. He said, you know, man, Satan really be talking to the Most High, talking to him like yo, he is something. You put it a little harder than that. They have it for YouTube purposes. Like, he is something for real. Like that dude right there, out of that, come on, really? That's who you want? That's who you want to be in your army? Really, that dude right there? Come on, man. Watch this. Watch what I do. I guarantee you will fall for this trap. You understand? That's what Satan is doing. You understand? Like like we're trying to be a part of the 144,000. And we got Satan that comes up against us on a regular. You understand? That's trying to show the Most High that we ain't worthy. Every time we decide to fall short, we decide to do what we want to do, just understand that the Satan want his. He damn sure should be like employee of the month of the year. You know what I'm saying? He definitely doing his job. You understand? We can't even blame him. We gotta blame ourselves for falling short.
Right.
You understand? And the thing is, once you blame yourself, just understand that you can get up and you can definitely get better. Like, it's not too late. A brother like me can definitely come in and start, get my road to being to perfection, got it started, then you definitely can do it. You understand? I'm definitely a hard-headed brother. But then thanks to the Isupk, I'm completely flipped over. You understand? What do they say when you when the police try to flip a brother, try to get him to rap? You understand? I've been flipped. You understand? Most high to flip. You understand? I thank Jimmy Yohana for everything. You understand? Everything that's been done. You definitely need that. You understand? We got that. Oh yes, sir.
With Job 1 and 10.
Come on.
Continue.
Come on. What?
Job 1 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Has not thou made a hedge about him?
You understand? Pretty much action. Like, you gave him the protection. You gave him everything he needs. Like, did you not do that? You understand? Go ahead, sir.
And about his house, and about all that he had on every side.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands,
Right.
and his substance is increased in the land.
You understand? He pretty much like Job was the dude that he had. Like, he was pretty much one of the rich of Israel. Like, he had the flock. You understand? Like, he was doing good. You understand? You know, as a matter of fact, you can take it all the way down to 12. So good. Sure.
Sorry. Job 1 and 11. But put forth thine hand now.
Yeah, hold. Now you right there. That Christ, Salaki. The Most High just gave him an order. You understand? He told, look, check this out. Don't touch it. And he about to give him more orders. You understand? But he said, don't put forth thy hand. You understand? Don't touch it. Go ahead, sir.
But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he had.
You understand? He pretty much told him, like, you can have everything he got. Like, you know what I mean? I got faith in this man. This man right here is perfect. You understand? Go ahead and take everything he got. You understand? You want his cat? Go ahead and kill him. Do what you gonna do. You understand? Who is that? You got him? So,
He was saying, he was like, everything that he got, make it a nothing. Go ahead and do as I told you. Go ahead and touch him. But you just can't kill him. That's what you cannot do.
come. You cannot kill this man. That's an order right there. You can do all these things. You can do this and that to him. But don't touch my servant. You understand? That's what he told him. That don't sound like unless you scared of your enemy, you got that much fear for your enemy. You ain't gonna take that. Ain't no real dude gonna take that. Anything you gonna be like, yeah, all right. Like, yo, don't do what? All right. You gonna go behind it, especially him. You can win the road. You understand? According to the Christian doctrine, you can win the road. Why wouldn't he do it again? You understand? You got something else?
And the way that the wicked Christian church or any of these religions put it, it's like Satan always daring the Most High. Oh, I dare you to do this, I dare you to do that. You know, because the Christian church is in that philosophy that Satan is on the same level of the Most High, but yet, like you read now that you're explaining and teaching, that in Job, Satan answers to the Most High every single day.
Every day. Oh, so you can turn that out. Oh, yeah.
Still in verse 11. Job 1 and 11. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he had, and he will curse thee to thy face.
You understand? He pretty much telling like he gonna curse you to your face. You really think he gonna stand strong? He gonna curse you to your face. You understand? What it says?
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he had is in thy power.
Mm-hmm. He telling him like, yeah, look, check this out. The power that I gave you, I'm gonna let you have power over what he got. You understand? You go ahead and do what you want to do. You understand? Who is that?
Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon him, only upon himself put forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
And right here, he got his orders. You understand? He got his orders. All right, this is what you can do. This is what you can't do. And go ahead and do like I told you to do. Exactly like how I told you to do it. You understand? And when you read through the whole thing, when you read through Job, you understand, it's definitely something you'll get an understanding of. You'll know. He ain't go against the Most High. You understand? He did exactly what he was supposed to do. You understand? Like he listened, he obeyed, because that's his job. You understand? The Most High created him to be a deceiver. You understand? And the white man definitely got the spirit of Satan. You understand? But you gotta know that everything that Satan does is because the Most High tells him. So that whole, the whole doctrine about the devil being the Most High. Matter of fact, I don't even think it's the Most High enemy that they got. It's Christ, right? And they got him as Christ's enemy. Like, I done seen pictures where it's, you got Caesar Borgia and the devil, whatever I don't know what it is.
Exactly, and sometimes they arm wrestle, sometimes they giving each other the stare down.
Right.
It's not the Most High, it's Satan against Christ.
Exactly.
They some nonsense.
Yeah, because they don't even acknowledge the Most High. You understand? Like that's the most disgusting part of the whole thing. You understand? Like it's all made up from Roman Greco philosophy. You understand? Like that, and that's where we get a lot of the things that we feel are right. And the thing is, like I said, we got like 48%. In fact, more than that, abortions. You understand, among Hispanics and blacks. You understand? Like, you mean to tell me that ain't hell? You ain't got no goddamn children. Like, you know, man, they killing all the babies before they even get a chance to sin or disappoint them. You understand? Go ahead, son.
Colossians 2:8. It says about basically just talking about the religions of the world and the Greco-Roman philosophy that's in the world right now, trying to tell our people and teaching our people the wrong things.
Right.
It says, beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Mm-hmm.
So the Most High is warning us, telling us to beware, and don't let any man on this earth that's supposed to be a teacher spoil you through philosophy, which is how a man waits to make you think this is how you're supposed to worship the Most High, and vain deceit, which is the knowledge and nothingness of the world. It says after tradition of men, so this is after tradition of men and not after the Most High mind. After the rudiments means the ways of the world, and not after Christ, meaning what Christ had taught us from the Most High, giving Christ knowledge, passing it down to us.
Wow. So, we definitely be the victim, and one of the main reasons why we always the victim of something, because we don't know what to believe in anymore, because we gave up our power. You understand? Like, we had that power behind us, but we don't believe in that power. And one of the biggest parts of it is because of Christianity. You understand? Like, they tell us things like, you know what I mean? Like, love. They tell us love the man that's killing our babies. You understand? Like, they tell us to have faith. But the Most High, you know what I mean, turn his back on people like that feel like they wanna love the enemy so much, and they don't want to keep any laws. You understand? Like, a lot of times, you know what I mean, I ask people, you know, what is it that you do for the Most High? People say, you know, man, I feed homeless dudes. You understand? Or I go to work every day. You understand? Which actually makes no sense. But this is the teachings, and this is how, you know what I mean, the world has brought us to have us thinking that we should believe. Understand? But with that, I'm gonna pass the class over. Priest and prophet, Father. It's let me get your rank right, sir. What is it? What's your rank, sir?
Officer of 1,000.
Slot, officer of 1,000. You understand? I had to make sure I get it right. Got the one wrong last week. Officer of 1,000, the bar.
Wow.
Shalom. We are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We are here to teach our people the truth. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, religious sect, or religious denomination. We are here to teach those of our people who are Israelites that are scattered around the world of Negro and Hispanic descent. And one thing that I wanted to go to is, I see like a lot of some of our people who don't know the difference between right and wrong wants to go and, you know, say out who don't know that the Hispanics are our brothers and sisters, talk about, hey, let's make America great. Or even during the 4th of July, they wore the red, white, and blue, you know, which is definitely not something to do. You shouldn't put your faith and trust in the people of a land, especially white America, that has been tormenting our people from the days of slavery up until now, been tormenting, raping, robbing, and killing our people for absolutely nothing, because mainly of the color of their skin, or because our brothers and sisters speak a different language. And it's because of these things why they not only hate us, but they hated us not only in this time right now, but in the past. Somebody give me Psalms 10 and 8. Psalms 10 and 8, Bubba, shut up.
Psalm chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
It says he sitteth in the lurking places of the village. So this is the so-called white man with his ISIS, with his military, with his strategic defense, sitteth in the places of what?
He sitteth in the lurking places of the village.
He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. What's the lurking places of the villages? Let's talk about the corners. Let's talk about in the cubby holes of the city. Let's talk about in parts of the ghetto where he sits and waits to trap someone, where he comes to lock somebody up for no apparent reason, where he locks somebody up and put charges on them and plant cocaine and basically beat them down and kill them without anybody being a witness. Go ahead.
In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
It says, in the city, don't he murder the what?
Innocent.
What is the so-called Native Indian?
Innocent.
What is the Hispanics?
Innocent.
What is our black brothers and sisters out here, the so-called Negro, the real Jews according to the Bible?
The innocent.
So these are the people that he is beating down right now, that he's putting these raids on. And guess what? We're the ones who built these cities up. We're the ones who made these inventions. And guess what? They tormented us so much that they overcame us because we broke the Most High laws and took everything that was of value to us, our heritage, our language, our culture, and they benefited from it and make millions off of it. Go ahead, any more?
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
It says his eyes are privily set against the poor. Now, if the so-called white man is poor, how is he benefiting and making millions of dollars off of our talent, off our heritage, off our culture, if he was the poor? Now, this is actually talking about Israelites, those of Negro, Indian, Hispanic descent are the poor, because guess what? He done took and stole everything from us only because we broke God's laws. If it wasn't for us breaking God's laws, God said he will put us on high, would you as he said. But if we break his laws, he was going to bring us down low. And guess what? Like the brother was speaking before about hell, how more low in hell can we go? We try to come back to the Most High by doing his laws, statutes, commandments. That's what we in here now doing, rehearsing the righteous acts here in America, or whether Israel is scattered to. Any more?
He lieth and waits secretly as a lion in his den.
He lieth and waited secretly as a lion in his den. You know, if a lion is in his own place, in his own dwelling place, and you see a little rabbit or you see a deer coming there, not knowing, not being very unsuspectful, not having the slightest idea of what's already in there, because the lions usually wait in the dark because they got keen eyesight and keen hunting ability. So if a lamb or a deer walk in there unsuspectedly, guess what's gonna happen? That lion gonna pounce on them. That's how the so-called white man act on Negroes, Indians, Hispanics. They lie and wait for somebody of Israel to come upon unsuspectedly, and then they come and grab them up and eat them up and beat them up and stomp them to death and shoot them in the head and make sure that they go to the hospital hanging on for dear life. Because the so-called white man, just like I said in Genesis, is a cunning hunter. They are Esau. They are the Edomites. The so-called white man is the wicked upon the earth. Any more?
He lieth and wait to catch the poor.
He lieth and wait to what?
Catch the poor.
So when you up there riding down the road, minding your business, and he all of a sudden pulls you over and you haven't been doing, and you've been under or even just about the speed limit, and he catch you and pull you over to the side and say, hey, you was going too fast, but you know you haven't, and he give you a $500 ticket. What does that make you? Read. That makes you the poor, right?
Okay.
So read it.
He catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draw him into his net.
He catches the poor when he don't draw him into his net. What does that talk about? That's talk about traffic speed traps. We know for many years that the speed traps in Baltimore City or the speed cameras haven't been working, so they actually had cops that's been out there trying to film you to see whether you're gonna break the law of speeding or not, and they give you fines that you cannot pay. Just like if you were compared to the gas and electric bills of today, all of a sudden the computers are shut down for months. Then now that they starting to get back up, you get $500 or $600 gas and electric bills that you know you cannot pay or that you're gonna have to pay in due time. Because who want their kids in the dark? Who want their kids without gas and electric? Who want their kids without heat, without cold air to cool them in the summertime from the exasperating heat? Nobody wants that. So the so-called white man who has everything, like Deuteronomy 28 and 48 say, that we shall go and be in need and the want of all things from our enemies, and nakedness and nakedness and hunger and thirst. The so-called white man that stole, raped, and robbed, that he had everything, he has a need to make his enemy, which is us, Israel, the poor. Any more? Okay, give me Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7. That's okay, take your time. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7. In our pocket. That was my fault. I should have told you it was in our pocket.
No.
It's a lot on that. Because our people are being pressurized by these, not only the so-called white man, but these other nations. Look what's in your neighborhood now. You got them owning the stores there, which you've been living there all your life and have not gotten one title for a store in your neighborhood. Where they come directly, like, you know, my brother would say, off of a damn rice paddy. The so-called Chinese man, Japanese man, come off of a rice paddy, and what? They own everything in your neighborhood. They got a Chinatown in almost every city around the world. And yet, what do blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians own? Nothing. Because why? They done raped us until we tired of being raped. They done robbed us until we are tired of being robbed. They beat us down to where we lose our hope and our faith. But we got hope and faith when we come back to the law, statute, commandments of God. And this is our hope and our faith, which is the Bible, which are the words of the Most High, trying to get up out of this hell and have us come back together, like Zephaniah 2 and 1 say, because who more not desired than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Who more not desired than us? Everybody in the world, around the world that's not an Israelite, call us names. They call us wetback, spit, the N-word, you name it. And guess what? Sometimes our people who don't know any better accept that. Because why? The Most High took that power out of our hand so that we cannot fight, because we will not come back to those laws, statutes, commandments. Give me Ecclesiasticus 12 and 7.
Ecclesiasticus 12, chapter 12, verse 7. Give unto the good.
It says, give unto the what?
The good.
Who's the good on the earth? Who's the one who's trying to make things right? The good is the Isupk and the Israelites, those of Negro, Indian, Spanish descent, those 12 tribes. We've been trying to do good for one another, but who comes in our way to make that a difficult obstacle to get over? The so-called white man and his minions up there in the United Nations, which are the other nations. Who's making it more difficult? Who you think sicking ISIS on our people? Immigration, the police, turning our women against us, turning our family against us, the so-called white man and the other nations. That United Nations is not for us. Because why? The black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man do not have a seat in the UN to voice their opinions. Like Psalm 83:3 says, which is directly talking about the United Nations. It's talking about these other nations getting together and trying to make Israel of no more remembrance to the Lord, and not only to the Lord, but to us, our heritage, the 12 tribes.
Right.
Read on.
And help not the sinner.
And help not the what?
The sinner.
Don't be up there walking hand in hand with the so-called white man. Don't be walking hand in hand with these other nations. Don't be betraying your brother or your sister, thinking that you're doing something good by participating in these marches that have nothing actually to do with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. If it's a white cause, you have no business marching with them at all. You have no business being around their people. The Most High have always separated Israel, according to our heritage, from these nations of the world. And because we want to be so gun-ho, so American and patriot, guess what? When things go down and the Most High is angry, when the Most High brings his wrath, he's not only killing them, but he's also killing us for being hard-headed against his word. Go ahead. So it says, help not the sinner. Don't be helping these other nations. You got more problems to worry about helping your brother and sister to survive and to escape wicked justice. To escape the wickedness of the so-called white man and the other nations. We don't have time to be up there helping them. We got time to be helping our brothers, which are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. We don't have time to be up there fighting against one another. That's why the Most High say, gather yourself together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. Because we are not desired in the world. Everybody look at us as an enemy. Matter of fact, Salakia, hand me my pad, Baba Kushal. Matter of fact, I want to get a scripture to show you when it's talking about the things that we are going through. It's only talking about Israel. Matter of fact, give me Matthew 11 and 12. Matthew 11 and 12.
Matthew chapter 11, verse 12. And from the days of John the Baptist.
From the days of who?
John the Baptist.
Because John the Baptist was back then up there paving the way for Jesus Christ to come to save all Israel. So it says, and during the days of John the Baptist, go on.
Until now.
Until what?
Until now.
When it's talking about now, it's talking about this day right now, which you are living in. Go ahead.
The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence.
The kingdom of heaven suffering what?
Violence.
What is the so-called black man suffering?
Violence.
What is the so-called Hispanic man suffering?
Violence.
What has the Native Indian man suffered?
Violence.
So this violence that is talked about, that this kingdom is suffering, is talked about the 12 tribes of Israel suffering violence under the so-called white man in these other nations. And matter of fact, to prove that, go to Luke 21 and 20. Because we are the kingdom of God that the Bible is talking about. It's not talking about no other kind of race or no other kind of people. It's talking about those of Negro, Indian, and Hispanic descent. Give me Luke 21 and 20.
Luke 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
It says, and when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies. This is talking about the so-called Roman army, which is the so-called white man in his time right now, coming and put violence against Jerusalem, trying to take us out during the 70 AD destruction of Israel. Go ahead.
Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Now, when you see all these armies come and take over Jerusalem, and not only that, put impostors in our place, then shall you know that the desolation or the destruction of Israel is nigh. Because what happened? If you read Deuteronomy 28 and 64 to 68, all those things that happened is talking about Israel running into the interiors of West Africa and hiding from Roman persecution. Now, if the so-called white man was a real Jew, how could he hide in the midst of black people? That's showing you how the so-called white man is untrustworthy in his lies, in his history, in the things that he has done to us. We ain't never supposed to trust him.
Right.
The scripture said, "Trust not thy enemy." That's in Ecclesiastes. Should be 21:20. Trust not thy enemy. Ecclesiastes, I forgot where it said. It said, "Trust not thy enemy." We up there been trusting the white man for so long that he know how to get over on us. He used his smart tactics as a hunter to go ahead and persecute our people. And it's been evident. Because what power does the so-called white man have? He's the military, he's the police force, he's your judges, he's your lawyers, he's your doctors. He's everything that you need and want. Because why? The Most High put him in that position for us breaking his laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead, back to Ecclesiastes 12:7 where you left off. In the Apocrypha. Mm-hmm.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
A friend cannot be known in prosperity.
A friend cannot be what?
Known in prosperity.
A friend cannot be known in prosperity. We can drop that, but I'm gonna break that down. Which means that if you have a friend and he's rising up, and because the so-called white man put upon his evil ways to tell us to hate our brother, when our brother rise, we gonna get jealous of that. Because why? We don't trust each other as a nation. We trust the so-called white man because why? He looks good. He got wealth. We try to take an example from him. But the Most High said, a friend does not rise in prosperity. Because guess what? If we too jealous of each other and we don't come back together as the Most High in Christ said, guess what? We're not going to prosper. We're not going to get any better. And the so-called white man going to put all his taxes on us to kill us in these last days. That's why it will behoove you to hear the priests and the prophets of the Isupk and come out of the sanctions of this world and come back into the truth, which is your nationality, your heritage, your language, and your culture, being one of the 12 tribes of Israel, as God intended from the beginning of the world, even until now.
Right.
Matter of fact, give me Hosea 12:7. Hosea 12:7, Baba Kushal.
Like, so 12.
Hosea 12:7.
Hosea chapter 12, verse 7. He is a merchant. The balances of deceit are in his hand.
It says he is a what?
A merchant.
He is a merchant. Talk about the so-called white man as a merchant. How is he a merchant? He sells you a false dream. He'll let you think that you can get into the NBA and make all these billions of dollars. But what's the real reason behind it? He's using you for entertainment. He's making you sell your soul for the little bit of coins that you can get. And guess what? When you go ahead and sell yourself for that little bit of coins, you're not getting nothing, but you're getting sold to be a Uncle Tom for him. You are being sold to be his entertainment like they did in the Roman Colosseums back there in due time. All these big football players that's Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, he look at us as entertainers. Because who's the best singers? Who the best dancers? Who the best athletes? We are nothing more than him but cash cows and entertainment. And it says the what is deceit?
The balances of deceit.
The balances of deceit. Talk about his justice system. He had deceived us into thinking that we are going to get justice by being friends with him, by taking them as our lawyer, by them tormenting us. He had given us the balance of deceit to where the scales done tip. And guess what? They using the justice system that we probably built in the first place against us. Because how many black men, Hispanic man, Native Indian man go to jail on a daily basis and never get justice? How many families have been killed by the so-called white man and have not gotten justice till this day?
Right.
Look at Sandra Bland.
Right.
Look at Philandro Castile.
Right.
Look at Tamar Rice.
Right.
They have not gotten justice to this day. They talk about they don't know who did it or what happened. And it was actually a black female officer who had got raped by her whole staff in the military. And guess what happened to her? To cover it up, and they knew who done it. Because it was a bunch of white men in the first place. They went ahead and took acid and poured over all her private parts in her face and left her dead. Where is our justice? Our justice is in the Most High in Christ. We need to get out of this world, out of the ways of the world, and come back to the Most High before He sent Christ to act upon His wrath. Because 2/3 of us got to go. But guess what? We can prevent that if we come back together as the Lord has said. Any more?
Come.
Go ahead.
The balance of deceit are in his hand. He loveth to oppress.
The balances of what?
Deceit.
What does it mean to have deceit? It means to deceive, to lie, to rape, to rob, to steal. And it says the balances of deceit is in his what?
In his hand.
In his hands, which means he took the power from us and used it to his advantage to where we will not gain a win. Because he's such a cunning hunter. He waits for us in the corners of the city. He waits at traffic stops, at speed bumps, to go ahead and do what? Throw us in the prison and lock us away. He'd wait to go ahead and kill us. We could have a cell phone in our hand trying to record him to make sure that we come back alive. And what happened? He's so trigger happy, his hands is on the gun, and he automatically shoots us without warning. And then what does he do when he go to court? I was feeling all my life. I was up there, scared that he was going to do something to me. A black man with a cell phone, you telling me all the goddamn training that you have, that you cannot know the difference between a cell phone and a real gun?
Right.
They practice their warfare every day. That's why.
Another brother.
Matter of fact, give me Psalm 64 and 4. Go ahead.
I think you all was interested in the next verse.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Ephraim said, "Yet I am become rich. I have found me out substance in all my labors. They shall find none iniquity in me that was sin."
Read it one more time.
And Ephraim said, "Yet I am become rich."
Stop right there. It says, and Ephraim said, "Though I become rich." What does Puerto Rican mean?
Rich poor.
Rich poor, right? Or Puerto Riches. You're absolutely right. So it was like this. When you would, in the earlier times, when you would arrive at Puerto Rico on their beaches, you could walk anywhere on the beach and find diamonds, gold, and jewels in the sand. That's why it was called Puerto Riches, because you could walk there throughout the day and you could be rich by the time you feel like coming off the beach. So that's why Ephraim or Puerto Rico was called Port of Riches or Rich Port. Go ahead.
I have found me out substance.
I have found me without substance. Because what does the so-called white man do? He came to Puerto Rico and robbed them and starved them and trying to put them in cages, trying to deport them. How the hell you going to deport the people who was here before you? How the hell you going to throw their children in cages when when white children are mass murderers, come up in school with AK-47 and murdering everybody? Dylan Roof, as an example, came up into a church and murdered 9 people without blinking an eye. And yet we need to be in cages. The justice system had failed blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Most definitely.
Right.
Go ahead.
In all my labors, they shall find none iniquity in me.
It says, and in thy labors thou shalt find none iniquity in me. Because why? The Hispanics, the blacks, and the Native Indians are working too hard to be up here really committing crimes. Because what? We want to make ends meet before the end of the month, before we get another bill. We want to be out there working towards the good of our brothers and sisters. But who preventing us? Who preventing us from doing that? The so-called white man, by charging us all this horrendous money, by throwing us in jail, giving us fines that we can't pay, by taking away our driver's license, by telling our women that they should put us on child support when the father already in the home doing the best that he can. Come on now. This is evident of who wickedness this earth is given into, according to Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked, which is the so-called white man. If you don't think the so-called white man is the wicked, you better take a good hard look at that orange man called Donald Trump. Any more?
They shall find none iniquity in me that were sin.
And they shall find none iniquity in me that is sin. Because why? We working too hard. We working, our jobs in our jobs too hard to be up there committing crime. When the hell does a black man really have time to commit crimes? Because it tells you idle hands are the devil's workshop. So guess what? We ain't out there committing the crimes. Look who's the real terrorist, the so-called white man. He terrorizing our people left and right. He terrorizing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians all day, every day. We don't have even a chance to breathe to get ourselves together. Because what? You hear some white supremacists coming and saying something. Then Donald Trump go on the air and say, well, I don't think he said nothing wrong. Then you got them having a standoff with our people in our own neighborhoods, arresting us for no reason, when you got so many white people out there with warrants, with murder charges, with rape charges, raping ducks, sheep, and goats. And not only that, young black girls where they would turn up missing without their organs. But guess what? Don't nobody ever say nothing about a white man. They the biggest criminals on the earth. They the biggest game hunters in the world. Go ahead.
Also, they also, these freight liners, they keep having like tons of cocaine on them.
Right.
Ain't nobody getting charged for that. Who opened freight line? How you get so many tons of cocaine on a freight ship without the captain knowing about it?
Exactly. That's a beautiful point. Who owns the poppy fields? I don't see no black man owning poppy fields. Who owns the airlines? Who owns the shipping industry? Who owns the car dealerships or the vehicles to get the cocaine in and out of America? Donald Trump up there lying saying he protecting the borders from immigrants. We ought to have protected America from him. We ought to protected our North American Indian brothers, Hispanic brothers, and black brothers. Ought to protected our way of life and our people from his people. That's why the Most High say, be ye separate, which means we are separate. We are holy, which means the white man is not our brother.
Right.
That's in Malachi 1 and 2. It says, was not Esau Jacob's brother, which means past tense. And also in Genesis, when they talk about two nations are in thy womb, two manner of people, meaning two different nations of people and two different manner of people, which means they are not the same. So if you got in your mind that the so-called white man is our brother, God has said in Malachi 1 and 1 to 2, not anymore. Because why? He sold his birthright. All right, give me Psalm 64 and 4. 64 and 4.
Psalm 64, verse 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect
That they may what?
Shoot in secret
And
at the perfect.
that they may shoot in secret at the what?
Perfect.
What is the black man trying to get back to the Most High?
Perfect.
What is the so-called Negro?
Perfect.
The Native Indian man?
Perfect.
The Hispanic man?
Perfect.
They shoot at the perfect, which means they shooting at blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians just because they can and murder them without cause.
Right.
Any more?
Come. Suddenly, do they shoot at him and fear not?
Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. All of a sudden you seeing on the news through a secret recording, bang, they shot a black man. Oh, I was fearing for my life. And what happened? Not one black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man had a gun in their hand. But yet the black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man is laying there on the ground dead. And they said, oh, I'm relieved now. I'm calm now because why? This man is dead. So they shoot in secret. They shoot because they trigger happy. They don't give a damn about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Matter of fact, drop that and give me Isaiah 52:3.
Isaiah chapter 52, verse 3. For thus saith the Lord.
For thus saith who?
The Lord.
Go ahead.
Ye have sold yourselves for naught.
Ye have sold yourselves for what?
For naught.
Ye have sold yourselves for nothing. The so-called white man then sold you, just like the scriptures say he is a merchant. He done sold you on the American dream. You can get a picket fence, 2.3 kids, and a dog in a big house. All you gotta do is sign your freedom away. Because when you can't pay that bill, what does he take from you? He take away your dream like it was nothing from the beginning. He take away your land. He take away your heritage. He take away your culture. He wants to be in and everything but what God had told him to be, which is the goddamn devil on the face of the planet.
Right.
Go ahead.
And ye shall be redeemed without money.
And ye shall be redeemed without what?
Without money.
You're going to be redeemed. You're going to be saved without money. Because who's coming to save you? Christ is coming to save you. So you are going to be redeemed without money. It's not any amount of money that will make you free. But Christ will make you free because what? It says in Matthew 1:21 that he shall save his people. In Acts 5:31 that the Most High has exalted him with his right hand to be a prince and a savior to give repentance and forgiveness of sins to Israel. Any more?
Lies, sir.
Okay. Give me 1 Corinthians 1:21.
1 Corinthians, verse 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of God.
But then at the wisdom of God, talk about the knowledge of the Bible. Go ahead.
The world by wisdom knew not God.
The world by wisdom knew not God, because why? Our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding was only given to the 12 tribes according to Psalm 147, 19 and 20. The wisdom of the Bible, these laws, statutes, commandments, which made us great among all nations, was only given to Israel, to no other nation. Go ahead.
It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
It pleased the Most High through foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. That's talking about the 12 tribes. Through our foolishness of preaching, going out there every Saturday, warning our people of the things to come, of these prophecies in the Bible. Through that foolishness, right, and through the wisdom of the Most High, we come and tell our people the things that are surely going to happen. And these are prophecies in the Bible. Because guess what? The world look at us as fools when we go out there, but the Most High look at us as very wise. Because why? We the ones who stood up and said we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to hear the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Bible, of the Most High words, and do what? go out there to warn our people. That's why the Most High sent Christ, which told us, go into the highways and the byways and the corners of the city, in the ghettos, in the barrios, in the hoods, in the ghettos, and do what? Speak to my people and bid them that they come in. Any more?
Live, sir.
Give me Psalm 62 and 3. It doesn't make any sense to where we cannot see right now the plight that's coming upon our people because we want to be hard-headed. I'm going to tell you this. I don't want to party with somebody who is not my brother, because why? I cannot trust another nation, but I can trust my brother. I can trust the people of my nation. No matter what my people of my nation have ever done to me, I can trust them, because why? I know how to go into the wisdom of the Bible and do like Matthew 18 and 15 say, go to he and thee alone and tell him his fault between he and thee. Matthew 62, Psalm 62 and 3. I can go to my brother, so like I can go to my brother and trust him, but I cannot go to another nation, because why? The scriptures say never trust thy enemy.
Right.
Go ahead.
Psalm 62, verse 3. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man?
Now this is the Most High talk about the so-called white man and the other nations, that goddamn United Nations. How long will you imagine mischief against a man? Every day that they get up out their bed, the so-called white man and the other nations, they're looking for a plan to put onto us to have mischief or evil against us. It's evident. The ISIS raids, the planting of drugs on our people, the traffic stops. They do it because they can and because they're in power and know they're going to get away with it. That is mischief, waking up out of their bed, already on their feet, thinking of what to do to us today. Any more?
Come.
Go ahead.
Ye shall be slain, all of you.
Ye shall be what?
Slain, all of you.
What's happening to the Black, Hispanic, Native Indian man in the street?
Slain.
What's happening to our people on a daily basis?
Slain.
And guess what? There's nothing we can do to fight back at this time but get into the Isupk in these law, statutes, commandments under commanding General Yohana, as he had ordered through the Most High in Christ for us to come back to him.
Right.
Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 20.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing.
The Lord shall what?
Send upon thee cursing.
What happened when the so-called white man called you the N-word?
Send upon thee cursing.
What is it when he oppress you every day?
Cursing.
What is it when he lock you up and put you in jail?
Cursing.
What is it when he beat your back or beat your head to a bloody pulp?
Cursing.
And it says the Lord shall send upon thee cursing. If that is a curse, I don't know what is. Read on.
Vexation.
Vexation, meaning torment you in your spirit and torment your body, beat you till you almost dead or within an inch of your life. Go ahead.
And rebuke.
And rebuke. You telling him that he's unfair in his justice system. He telling you that he's right because why? He's a red-blooded white American. Go ahead.
In all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do.
Until he destroys our people. And he's been doing that. He's been doing that for years and centuries, and we have not caught on yet to come back to the Most High and Christ under their righteous authority so that they are perfect and that we can be perfect. Go ahead.
Until thou be destroyed.
Until thou be what?
Destroyed.
What is the so-called white man planning to do to make Israel of no more remembrance?
Destroyed.
He's trying to destroy us using our own Bible our own words that the Most High had gave us and using it to destroy us. Matter of fact, get me Lamentation 4:18. Because it's evident what the so-called white man doing. He's the military. He's the police force. He loved to be field and extreme hunters. He loved to be out there in the wilderness hunting and killing and striking everything down that he can, using it for trophies and letting the carcass rot in the sun. He even had it where at one time to where he was hunting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians as slave catchers. But Lamentation 4:18 going to tell you what he's still continuing to do. Because guess what? Ain't nothing new under the sun. That's in Ecclesiasticus 1:9. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. They watch where we go, trap us in that place, and like a big game hunter, hold us as trophies by throwing us in jail or even killing us, and our bodies lying in the street, and they rejoicing over that, like they done killed some big game in the wilderness. They hunt our steps. Everywhere that we go, they look to do us harm. Go ahead.
That we cannot go in our streets.
That we cannot go in our streets. We built these cities up. Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, New York. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians built those big cities up, and they do what?
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
They hunt our steps that we cannot even go in our own streets. How can you account to where a little girl didn't even go in the streets? She's sitting in her bed and a cop shot and the bullet went through the window and killed the little girl. And guess what? He talk about, it ain't my fault. How the hell is not your fault when you holding the smoking gun?
Right.
Go ahead.
Our end is near.
Our end is near. Talk about this hell and torment from the so-called white man. These other nations are near. Because why? Revelation 13:9-10 says, he that have an ear, let him hear. Which means we all got ears. Listen to this. He that putteth into captivity shall go into captivity. So the so-called white man put our people into jail, into these home cells, under ISIS, under immigration, and basically put us into slavery and captivity. It says he shall, which means without a doubt, go into captivity. The same thing that he gave us, he's getting ready to get when Christ comes back. Then it says in verse 10, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, which means without a doubt, Christ is going to come back and start killing his people the way that he killed us. Because why? Matthew 10:37, Luke 19:27. It says, those my enemies which that shall not, that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me. That's the spirit that Christ is in. Because why? If the Lord is a man of war, Christ is a man of war. Exodus 15:3. Go to Revelation 18:2. And this is talking about the United Nations right here in this scripture, Revelation 18:2. Because all these nations, according to Psalm 83:3, which is a precept, all these nations had gathered against us and fighting against us. We don't have our own military. We don't have our own police force. The so-called white man owned that when he was the patty rollers, when he was the slave catchers, when he hunted us and turned us in for nothing. Read Revelation 18:2.
Come on. Revelation chapter 18, verse 2. And he cried mighty with a strong voice.
And he cried mighty with a strong voice. Go ahead.
Saying, Babylon the great is fallen.
Babylon the what?
The great is fallen.
Babylon the great is fallen. Now take that into context right there. When they say Babylon the great, what is that saying to you today in modern terms? It's said, go ahead.
America has fallen.
Mm-mm. It's a slogan. Y'all hear it all the time. I'm gonna give it to you. Babylon the Great, make America great. Same thing. What is modern day Babylon? America. Exactly. What is modern day Egypt? America. Exactly. So when it says Babylon the Great, it's talking about America, quote unquote, the Great. Go ahead.
Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen.
Go ahead. It said Babylon the Great is what?
It's fallen.
It says Babylon the Great is fallen. This is talking about a future prophecy to where the Most High, Christ, and the angels come back and put total destruction to America within 1 hour. Go ahead.
And it's become the habitation of devils.
And has become the habitation of what?
Devils.
What is the so-called white man?
Devils.
What is the other nations, the other 17 nations?
Devils.
The Most High calls them all devils, because why? They fighting against the saints, which are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
And the whole of every foul spirit.
And the whole of every foul spirit. Talk about homosexuality. Talk about lesbianism. Talk about religion. Talk about everything that the Most High is against had become the habitation of what?
Devils.
Had become the habitation of devils. If you don't think the so-called white man ain't the goddamn devil on the face of the earth, turn on your TV.
Right.
Go ahead.
Also, sir, that's devils with an S.
Exactly, making it plural. Talk about it's more than just one devil. It's plenty devils. And it's not talk about any kind of devil under the ground, because the devil ain't under the ground, like the brother was speaking about heaven and hell. And he's not somebody under the ground in a red suit. He's a so-called white man on the face of the earth, walking on this earth up and down, tormenting the 12 tribes. He is a goddamn devil. And if he's not the devil, you better check your brothers and sisters that's in jail right now and ask them who is he. And they're gonna tell you he's a goddamn evil devil. Go on.
And the whole of every foul spirit.
And the whole of every foul spirit. How foul is it to be teaching your son who is to grow up to be a man that he can be anything that he want to be, or a woman?
Right.
That you teaching your daughter to be a bush duck,
right,
or to go ahead and she can be a boy. She got breast and all, but she want to be a boy. How about you got same-sex marriages that Obama had sanctioned to be done? Or how about you got pedophilia all in the Christian, Catholic, and religious denominations up there raping your little girls and boys through the ceremony of baptism, seeing how wet their clothes is and they can see through it. Why do you think they tell you not to put anything under there, and yet the robe is just as white, and you know when you got white against the color, you can see all through it? That's some pedophilia. It ain't none. Any more?
Come. In a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
And the cage of every what?
Unclean and hateful bird.
And the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. What is the Africans?
Unclean and hateful bird.
What is the so-called white man?
Unclean and hateful bird.
What is the Arabs?
Unclean and hateful bird.
What was the Spaniards?
Unclean and hateful bird.
They are unclean and hateful birds. Our people, Negro, Hispanic, and Native Indian descent, are being preyed upon by every foul spirit and hateful and unclean bird that this nation has to offer us.
Right.
Read on.
Come. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
And the nation had drunk of her wine of her wrath, of her fornication. Talk about having our people worship different gods. That is fornication and adultery. We ain't worshiping the Most High today. We worship in Islam. We worship in Christianity. We worship in Buddhism. We worship that wretched rock in Mecca. I need to take a sledgehammer to. That's what the scripture is talking about, having that fornication, dealing with these fake gods out here, and not with the power of Israel, which is the Most High Yahweh. Go ahead.
Break down a little more, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For all the nations had drunk of the wine.
I know where you was going. God.
Yeah, the wine of fornication is also talk about this religious out here. We drunk on religion. We drunk on the philosophy of how a man is trying to teach us how to worship the Most High in Christ instead of going into the Bible and look for ourselves. Because the scriptures say, read this, for I cannot. Speak to me smooth words. And guess what? We've been hearing smooth and deceitful words and be drinking of the wine of this religion to what? We are going to be drunkest by being destroyed by religion, by philosophy, and the way of man telling us to worship the Most High in Christ instead of coming back to the Bible and reading for ourselves and open up the book. That's what the scripture means when it say open up the book. For I cannot, for it is sealed. The only reason why it's sealed from you is because you ain't trying to look in there in the first place. Because guess what the saying goes? It says if you want to hide anything from a Negro, Hispanic, Native, and Indian, where you going to put it? In a book. Any more?
Come. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The kings of the earth talk about the other nations have committed fornication with America by gathering together to fight against us to make Israel of no more remembrance. They have gotten up in power, making a whole total Senate for themselves, which is the United Nations, and doing what? Tearing down our people, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, piece by piece. There's nobody in the United Nations to represent us. Where's the black man's seat? Where's the Native Indian man's seat? Where's the Hispanic man's seat? You got Spain in there, but you ain't got no Hispanics in there. You got Africa in there, but you ain't got no black man in there. And then you got these other nations claiming to be $5, claiming that they are Indian when they ain't nothing but $5 has-beens. How the hell you gonna take my people heritage and buy for $5 if you ain't born a Native Indian, a Hispanic Indian, or a black Indian? You are not a Native Indian. Any more?
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
And read it one more time.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich.
And the merchants of the earth has waxed rich. Why? Because who do you think the entertainment is? Who do you think the best basketball players making the so-called white man and the other nations millions of dollars? Who do you think at the top of their game in any kind of industry that they have on the earth today? We are that entertainment. We are the world's best. There's nobody that can do anything better than a black and Hispanic man, a Native Indian man. They take our culture and want to be us. But guess what? Because they are not us, they are jealous. Matter of fact, hold that and give me Ezekiel 35, 5-7. And this is going to tell you what the so-called white man been doing. How he can look at you and smile on your face and stab you in your goddamn back.
35:7, right?
God.
Ezekiel 35, verse 7.
Start at verse 5.
Ezekiel 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Talk about the so-called white man had a perpetual, ongoing, everlasting hatred, never-ending hatred for the 12 tribes of Israel. Read on.
And hast shed the blood of the children of Israel
And has shed blood of the what?
The children of Israel.
And they've been shedding our blood, not only through slavery, but through days that are worthless, like traffic stops, like unspecified frisk downtown, locking you up for no apparent reason, putting charges on you, killing you without any cause. They have shed the blood of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
By the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword. Now, this thing always talking about an actual sword. This is talking about the gun, their military, their police force, their law enforcement. Go ahead.
In the time of their calamity.
In the time of our calamity. What is our time of our calamity? It's talked about right now, but it's also talked about 70 AD, showing you that connection right there. When we had to flee from white Roman persecution and white oppression now to try to make our families safe. We're running from ISIS. We're running from the authorities. We always running because why? There is nobody that is powerful enough right now to defend us, because we won't come back to these laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. But guess who is powerful enough to defend us? Commanding General Yohana, which have brought us these laws, statutes, commandments, which is upholding the integrity of our people right now. We, Isupk, ain't out here beating nobody in the streets. We trying to bring our nation together so we can get up out of these hell on them chariots to get up off this earth.
Right.
Go ahead.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
In the time that their iniquity had an end. When the Most High was getting ready to bring us back to Him before having Yahweh Shai or Jesus Christ for that covenant between us and the Most High was going to forgive us for our sins. But guess what? Because we wanted to be yes sir boss and no sir master, guess what? The Most High say our sin is continuing. Until we come back to Him, guess what? These things are going to continue happening. God, one more scripture. Give me Zechariah 11:5. And then that's it.
Zechariah
11:5.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slayed them?
Who what?
Possessors slayed them.
It says, who possessors slay them. What was the so-called white man when he owned us as cattle and property?
Possessor.
What is the other nations doing when they put us in cages? What they are?
Possessor.
So it's time, because ain't no so-called African getting arrested, and he's an immigrant. He ain't got no green card. He ain't got no paper saying that he's a citizen. Neither does the Chinese man, neither does the Arab man, and definitely the so-called white man who done stole, raped, robbed for this, and murdered for this land, definitely don't got no papers. So our possessors do what?
Slay them.
Mm-hmm.
And hold themselves not guilty.
That the so-called white man, the other nations, our possessors, definitely talk about the so-called white man, slay us, and hold themselves not what?
Guilty.
What is the verdict for the so-called white man killing us and going to court? What is the verdict?
Not guilty.
What is the so-called African verdict for killing us?
Not guilty.
The so-called Arabs.
Not guilty.
And with that, we are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or religious sect or church denomination. We are here to teach those of Negro, Indian, Hispanic descent the truth of the Bible and the harshness of this reality, which we call Babylon, which is America. And I hope that it burn the hell down right now.
Right.
And with that, shalom.
Security announcements. We are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves from the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10, which means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy event, we have the Chicago Cookout coming on Fire Weekend in Chicago, starting on the 25th of this month. Check your school for further details. Remind every Akim and Akbathian to check on social media such as Isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which include black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. With that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Ben Israel, Amai Shabbat, Amai Rock.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah.
Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.